Hello, my super friends. Welcome to your super new moon in Scorpio reading. This is going to be happening on November 4th. It's going to be at its newest at 3:14 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So wherever you're at in the world, you can adjust that to see where that is going to be at its newest for you. Now, normally new moons are all about the newness because it's starting the new cycle, but with that being Scorpio, there is this extra rebirth energy that is around it. So you've got, your birth, your death, and your rebirth. It's like like a phoenix. You know how they originally rise from the ashes and grow, and then they build a nest to set on fire and things to go back to ashes and have a rebirth. And that is very Scorpio-ish because Scorpio is all about transformation. They transform from a scorpion to a snake to an eagle to a phoenix. So they're very transformative, and so that energy is really around this. It's like this, with the new moon, there's hardly any light. So it does feel a little dark during the new moon, but it is a time that we face our shadow. So it's our little shadow time where we get to dance with our shadow and understand, about what is blocking us, what is chaining us, what's holding us back. So with this new moon, we also get a burst of new energy with that rebirth. So as that phoenix takes flight on a new journey with that super new moon energy, it is a very magical time for us as well. So even though it feels dark, when you rise from the ashes and that phoenix catches on fire, right? And it shows the flames coming from its wings, and you are this brightness in that dark times. You get to see your inner light more and more when it's dark out, not when it's bright sun shining out, right? What's amazing too is the last full moon we had in Scorpio was back in April 26th, and that was a pink super full moon. And so there's also this cycle that happens just monthly. We go through the cycle of the new moon to the full moon back to the new moon, but also over a 6-month period ish, you go from a new moon in a sign to a full moon in a sign back to a new moon in a sign. So you have this big cycle of energy that are happening, these 12 different cycles that are happening throughout a year, actually, right? Because every 6 months you go through this different sign of new moon to full moon. And so you have these 12 separate annual cycles happening with each of those influences of those zodiac signs. So if you look back around April 26th to really look at that pink super full moon, what was going on then was a time of releasing negative energy. So I was talking about like a dance with your shadow. You were becoming familiar with it because you were dancing with it, seeing it eye to eye, right? And during that time, you see what no longer serves you. And so you started to let go of things and making room for new things. Because after a full moon, as you're moving to the new moon, once you reach that culmination of a full moon, then it's like, what am I releasing to make room for new growth when the new moon comes around? So with this new moon in Scorpio happening, you are left dancing with your shadow, and you get to see what's new. What new dance steps are you going to develop as you begin a new dance routine over the next 6 months. So as we go into this reading, we're kind of going to look at what has my feet chained, what's keeping me from dancing so fluently, what's impacting my rhythm. So that's what we're going to look at for the specific reading for your sign, and we're going to jump into that right now. Hello, my Capricorns. This is your reading for the super new moon in Scorpio. And I did realize I didn't even mention in my intro why this is a super new moon and why the full moon in April was also super. And it has to do, of course, with the orbit of the moon around the Earth. It's not this perfect circle. It's more of this oval type of orbit around the Earth. So there are times when it's further away from the Earth, and there's times when it's closer to the Earth, and that's when it's super, is when the full moon and new moon happen, when it happens to be right in the closer period where it's with us. So that's why it is a super new moon, because it's close to us right now. Or it will be when that new moon hits. It'll be at its closest, or when or closer. I'm not sure it's the closest, but so of course that energy is impacting us more because it's closer. It also means the veil is thinner than it is when it's at its further points. So we can get clearer messages from the other side. We can get more messages from the other side because we're, so much more aligned, and we don't have to be as focused to hear it because, like I said, it's like having thin walls. If you've ever gone to a hotel and there's a thin walls and you can hear the other person's TV in the other room, compared to somewhere where there's thick walls, you don't even hear it, right? So that's kind of how, I don't know why I had that vision pop into my head, but that's what it is. So the walls are really thin, and we're able to hear spirit talking to us very clearly through that veil during this time. So this is also, like I mentioned, is a very magical time for us. So we're going to pull a card here from the Magic of the Unicorn Oracle cards. I can talk today. I know I can. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know just overall for the 3-week period around this new moon. So we're going to kind of look at the week before the new moon up to 2 weeks after the new moon, right before the next full moon. So this is what we're going to just find out. And we had also talked about, what's chaining your feet and what's limiting your rhythm. So whatever the Creator wants us to know, all that. So for our Capricorn's Creator, what do you want them to know about this Scorpio super new moon period? Okay. This is the one that is calling out to us. So you've got number 24, a shower of blessings. Open yourself to receive and then pay it forward. And I love this card because, when we're asking what's chaining your feet, what's making you kind of feel held back, and this is saying that it's your feeling of your worth. Are you worthy to receive blessings? Maybe maybe a small blessing, but not a shower of blessings, So it's all about how much do you feel you are able to receive. The unicorn is the messenger that is bringing all these blessings from the Creator to you. And, one of the beautiful awarenesses that come during this period for you is that blessings don't come from people, from these human characters, right? Our abundance and our blessings come from the Creator, who has limitless, boundless abundance and resources. When we think that it comes from humans, then we look at the lack, especially during this time, right? There's a lot of people struggling and and you're like, well, there's no way that I could, receive anything from the outside world because there's nothing to receive. Everyone is struggling. And it's like, well, when we believe in that, we're restricting that. And even though there's all these packages that are coming, you're like, no, I can't receive those. There's nothing to receive. But when you realize that they're just the shipping company, they're just the middlemen, then it can change your whole awareness, your whole belief in the ability to receive from the outside. And then, of course, there's the worthlessness, all those little quiet whispers of fear from our ego growing up, all the stuff that we took on as beliefs about ourselves when we heard it from the outside world, or we perceived what something meant about us, we added it into our unworthy column. And so that's some stuff that's going to come up for you here as well to understand that. Let me read from the book here too. See what additional messages there are. So this card is a card of receiving and then giving. So your unicorn is waiting to pour its divine love and light over you. That light helps you to fulfill your destiny and brings wondrous things into your life. So, your guidance is to ask for a unicorn blessing, then open yourself up to receive. I know that's a tough one, isn't it? Asking for it, because you don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to be told, no, you don't deserve it. Ha ha, thanks for asking though. This is like asking these beings of unconditional love and light, asking the Creator, ask your unicorn, whatever your beliefs are, ask, and then open yourself up and allow yourself to receive. It's like ordering something on Amazon.com. You go out, you ask for it, and it's shipped to you, and you receive it. If you order stuff and don't expect to receive it, why, right? So understanding that is a huge thing for this period. Excuse me. It says, remember to thank your unicorn for what you're about to receive, as this brings the new forward because this brings the new forward in a divinely perfect way. Blessings flow in a never-ending stream if you allow them to. So pass on to others any that you receive, because to pay it forward in this way expands your heart chakra and allows the love and light from your unicorns to stream through you. So send this unicorn blessing on to someone and picture them receiving what they most desire. It may be perfect health, abundance, happiness, or something material. You can forward blessings to someone who is close to you or even to a stranger. Offer unicorn blessings to a situation in your life or the world and visualize it resolving for the highest good. This will raise the frequency of what is happening in the world and allow divine alchemy to occur. Beautiful. And it mentions to receive and send unicorn blessings. So it says, breathe into your heart and sense it opening. Invoke your unicorn. Ask it to grace you with a cascade of blessings. Open your arms to receive them. Sense a shower of diamond light being poured over you. And feel the energy flowing through your heart into your hands. And then direct a unicorn blessing to a person or a situation. Visualize them receiving what is needed for the highest good. I love that. And the affirmation for this card is, I am open and ready for a unicorn blessing. And, this definitely is a beautiful energy for you, because not only is it about feeling worthy to receive, it's about feeling worthy to receive first. And when you fill up with all that love and that blessing, then you feel whole and complete, and then it just keeps coming in and everyone else gets the overflow. You're used to sacrificing yourself and being, your battery being in red. I never have enough energy because I keep giving it all away before I'm fully charged. And this is about allowing this blessing and this love and this energy to come into you and fill you up, and you maintain being full, and then everyone else gets the overflow. So I think this is a beautiful, awareness. It's like they're giving you permission to receive first. Yeah, it's okay to be a little selfish. The word selfish. But the biggest gift you can give the world is a healthy you. If you're giving people anything before you're full and whole, it's full of expectations and probably resentment and some bitterness. So what they are receiving from you, if that's water, they're like, ooh, well, it's water, but ooh. When you are full and it's overflowing, and this is this beautiful, unconditional love and blessings you're giving without needing anything in return because you're full and whole and complete, what you give is so much more pure and tasty and delicious. And they're like, holy moly, this is what, oh, wow, and they prefer that. They might be a little testy when you cut off the bitter waters from flowing for a little bit while you fill up. But once those other waters start flowing to them, they are going to be like, oh my God, this is so worth it. Okay. All right. Also going to pull some cards here from this Light Seers Tarot. And this is going to be just what the creator wants you to know. What else about this new moon period? We're going to pull a card to represent the week before the new moon, a card for the week after the new moon, and then 2 weeks after the new moon before the next full moon. So creator for our Capricorns, what do you want them to know about the week before the new moon? Okay. What about the week after the new moon? Okay, that one. Okay. What about the second week after the new moon? Okay. They said you get 3 cards. So boom, boom, boom. So the week before the new moon is kicking in. Yeah, we got the Knight of Pentacles. And so this is about, Pentacles are your outside world. And out of the 4 knights, this is the slowest moving one. And it makes sense because the other 3 suits are all about your inner world. Pentacles are about the outside physical, the other characters on the stage that are there, your job, your education, your social status, whatever it might be, or what you own, your physical body and all that. But the other stuff, like swords are your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs. Cups are your emotions, and wands are your inspiration, your drive, the spark in you. All those things are in the inside and they can change in the drop of a hat and move quickly, right? But things on the outside world have their seasons. They have how things unfold. You have the spring where you plant a seed, in the summer it grows, and the autumn is when it's harvests and leaves start to fall, and then winter comes and the dead things that fell to the ground or the fruit, whatever that wasn't consumed, deteriorates and goes into the soil to make beautiful soil for new seeds to be planted. So there's a seasonal time where things happen. Every season is about 3 months, right? 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and it goes through. So this is just letting you know that, as you're coming up to this, that you're not going to see a ton of action from the outside world. You're going to have a lot of movement within yourself instead. But you are going to see movement in the outside world. It's just not going to be keeping up to speed with all this change of thought, change of emotion, change of your drive within you. And that's leading up to the new moon. And then the new moon hits, and then shazam! You got Queen of Wands, which is your, like I mentioned, is your drive, your ambition, your spiritual energy too. The Queen of Wands, she's this commanding individual. She walks into a room and everyone's just like, wow. She just brings in this brightness when she enters it. She also has the ability to really focus in her energy on accomplishing things and doing things. And she brings this beautiful message that whatever you focus on is what grows. So she knows that if you focus on lack and unworthiness, then that's what grows in your life. If you focus on being thankful and grateful for what you do have in your life and focusing on what you do want in your life, not, I don't want that. Well, you're telling the universe, I want that. Because all they feel is the attention that you're putting on it. It's like you wear this fire hose on your head. And wherever you point and look and focus, that's where all your energy goes. And it's like, well, I don't want that. Well, quit looking at it then, because you're pouring all your energy into it, making it grow. It's like, oh, look over here instead. And so that's this message is you're learning that to focus on what you do want and what you are worthy of, instead of focusing on all that other stuff. And then 2 weeks after the new moon, you've got the Two of Wands. So with all this energy, the Two of Wands is about, you see how they're looking outside going, okay, I know what I want to do, and I'm looking at where I want to be, and this is how I'm going to get there. And so you're making these plans to get from A to B to C to D to D to D to D. And so during this time, you have this shift of where you want to focus your energy. So now you're making, this is telling me that you have learned that you're pointing this wand in a direction, and now you're looking at the steps to get there. Yep, and here you go. So this is the full, which means you've had an ending of a major cycle and you're beginning a new one. You're ready to set off on your new adventure. You're ready to leap in. This also represents your soul. So definitely connecting to your deeper, higher self is an important piece here. Yeah, because you've got the moon as well, which is all about getting into your unconscious, the subconscious, connecting to the higher world, knowing that you have both your higher self and your shadow self here on this planet, in that understanding. All the messages that you receive from the shadow world aren't necessarily true. They're small t truths that help you experience the opposite of who you really are, which is this, being of light, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. This is your soul before you jump down into this lifetime. You are this powerful being. So really this moon energy, it's definitely having you connect more deeply inside of you as well. Because when you, the wands suit also, like I mentioned, is your spiritual energy. So really this spiritual side of you is really unfolding and really connecting during this time. Like I mentioned, the veil is very thin. So really be looking for the messages coming in for you, and what is truly inspiring you. What is it that you do want to send out into the world? How do you want to show, how do you want to send these blessings out to the world? Are you going to do that through energy work? Are you going to do that through some sort of actions, social media or artistic work or songs, or, working in, helping in the shelters? How do you want to express the unconditional love you have in your heart with the world? How do you want to bless the world with all this beautiful gifts that are coming to you, both in material coming out, but energy within, and also your spiritual gifts, your soulful gifts, all those amazing things that you have, have been nudging you and knocking on your soul for quite a while, right? And it's like, well, no, I can't do that. It's like, oh, why not? Why not you? If you focus your energy into it, watch it expand. Again, whatever you're pointing your fire hose at is what is going to grow. All right. And then because you are, like I mentioned, this phoenix is rising from the ashes and starting this new journey, we're taking a card here from the Cosmic Journey Oracle and just see what the final message the creator has for you for this period of this new week. All right. What is your last message for Capricorn for this reading? Whoa. Almost ended in the fire of the candle there. You have the activated ally. There you go. That's like this Queen of Wands. You're on fire. Let's put that here. And let me just see which one that is here. Oh, those are special cards in the back. I didn't even know that. Wow. Hadn't come across one like this before, so this is new. I love this. So the attributes of this card are hero, mentorship, guide, superpower for the super moon, right? There's a reason you admire certain characters, heroes, or mentors. Those you look up to represent a golden shadow. They reflect exactly who you are when you act from your highest self. Who are you most attracted to right now? Call forth your ally. They can be anyone dead or alive. It doesn't matter for this conversation. You activate them now. So you bring them into your presence, right? Whether they're past or even if they're living, you can bring this presence that you have, this, you think so highly of them, you bring that energy in forward in front of you. And it says potential questions that you can ask them are, what's your best advice here? Which of your own characteristics do you see in me? Who are my other allies? What would you do in this situation? Which one of your attributes can I utilize for what's next for me? And I love that. So definitely, we all belong, we're all tiny drops in a huge sea of unconditional love, right? When we're back home, there's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of our souls. And each one of us is special, and each one of us is known. Each drop is known by all the other drops. We have that ability to connect to everyone all at once and be aware of everyone all at once. And so you have this ability to call out to any energy, any personality, any character, any drop within all those drops, to help bring you messages, to help you bring understanding. So if you have questions on, I don't know how I want to do, or I don't know what I want to do, they're like, activate your allies. They are there. In addition, in addition to the human characters that you are aware of on this planet, you of course have all of your guardian angels and your angels and your spirit guides, and like any of those individuals that have walked on this earth and that have already gone to the other side, like I mentioned, ancestors, unicorns, fairies. There's an endless just sea of beings of unconditional love and light that love you, that support you, and want to help you have the most amazing experience here on this planet. They won't mess with your free will, so you do have to ask. That's the activating of it, is asking, and of your own free will, asking for signs, for answers, for direction, and they will show you. Trust me, they definitely will bring signs galore all around for you, but they won't do it without you asking, because they don't want to meddle with your free will and your experience. All right, I love this for you. Just know as you're going through, this period in any moment of your life, that you are definitely unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you dearly as well. I'm letting everyone know, in addition to these new moon and full moon readings I also do like monthly readings by zodiac sign. I also put out, weekly readings by each of the 4 elements of the zodiac, for all those, like air signs, water signs, fire signs, and all those, and a variety of other videos. So if you want to be notified when those come out, if you haven't done so already, if you click on the little subscribe button down below, then that will make this little notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you'll be notified when all the new videos come out. So if you feel so inclined, you can do that. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, and have a wonderful new moon phase here. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. You take care.